I don't sign my paintings on the front, I sign them on the back because I don't want for me, I don't want the marks of a signature to get in the way of what the painting is about. But they're more about harmony, they're about balance, they're also about empty spaces, they're about quiet, they're about beingness. So that is, I would say that I know what's out there in the art market or in the art world, etc. And I would say probably what I do is in its own way in a very esoteric small category, even though I sell pretty well actually, and I'm real grateful for that. It resonates with a certain sensibility. Okay, I've had people walk into a gallery that I'm showing, and they've walked in there 10 seconds and walked out. I've had people, look at a painting for half an hour. I mean, it's just if it resonates with you or not. I've had people, because there's a lot of layers on these paintings, like by the time this is through, there might be 20, 30 layers on the painting, and people will say, that when they like have a painting of mine or whatever, that they get, every time they look at it, they get something out of it, because there's a lot going on, even though it's very subtle, because there's a lot of layers, there's a lot of stuff that comes up from underneath. So all this is about process. Most of my paintings are about, in fact, all of my paintings are about process.
When you say layers, does that mean texture, or just
all of it? It can mean texture. It can mean X number of coats of paint wherever I put it. Sometimes I put sand on my paintings. Sometimes I don't. It's just that it builds up so much that you just get layers, and you get texture is almost inherent in how you build up layers. Some paintings don't have as many layers, as much texture as other paintings that I do.
For somebody who doesn't know or really understand abstract art, is it possible to differentiate between a very good painting and one that's not quite as good? Obviously, I assume you could do that.
Well, yeah, because this is my version of it. My version of it is does it feel, not does it look, but does it feel honest, or is somebody just doing like sexy little art marks or drips to be seductive or to be rich or to be luscious? That's a different aesthetic. I don't have a problem with that aesthetic, but that's not the aesthetic I'm after. Okay, in fact, I'm not even after an aesthetic. I'm just after whatever I have to say on that canvas, however it evolves. So one of the things about an abstract painting is does it resonate? Does it resonate? So it may not. I can't make a general statement, because an abstract painting might resonate with me, it may not resonate with you, and sometimes it takes time. I've been to the Norton Simon Museum out in Pasadena, which is a great museum. I'll bet you I've been there 30 or 40 times. And every time I go there, there's this huge painting by this very famous abstract artist named Sam Francis. Okay. And I've looked at it's a huge painting. And I've looked at that painting, I'll bet you 30 times. And every time I would look at it, I would say, I don't get it. This is not moving me at all. It's not moving me at all. I said, this somehow I don't just resonate with this. And the last time I was there, I looked at it and I said, I got it. I got it. And what do I mean by I got it? What I mean is that somehow, after seeing this time and time and time again, I finally got some kind of interactive discussion with this painting that I could resonate with. So therefore, the painting to me, I may not have liked the painting when I looked at it 29 other times, but I always thought it was an honest painting. I thought it was a painting from his heart. I thought it was a painting that he believed in. So to me, differentiating abstract good and bad to me is, more than anything else, is the painting honest. And so I guess the analogy would be, if you look at an actor, okay, if you look at an actor and you know that actor is acting, then to me, that's not an honest portrayal, because he's not digging deep in it, right? If you just look at the guy and you believe what they're doing, to me, that's an honest portrayal. You don't have to think about it, it's just there. So the same thing with an abstract painting, or even a representational painting. When you look at it, you just know that that's a true painting. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but in other words, it's just almost as if there's a philosopher named Thomas Merton. Thomas Merton was a monk, but he was also an artist, and he was also a poet, a wonderful poet. And he writes about art, and he calls this book, angelic mistakes, and meaning that one of the things he says is that a true painting, a true piece of art, is almost as if it just appeared. It's not like somebody did all these remarks. It just is there. It's just there. However it got there. And to me that's my purest resonance of any painting. That to me makes sense. Or any kind of art form, whether it's poetry, whether it's dancing, whether it's acting, whether it's writing, that it's not contrived. So to me a good painting is, I don't care whether it's abstract or representational, is it honest, is it real? If it's honest and it's real, then to me it's a good painting. If it's contrived, if the person is doing it for whatever inauthentic reason, it's not authentic, and to me it's not a good painting. And that's how I look at it. That's just how I look at it.
How do you balance, since you have to sell your paintings, how do you balance your own artistic or ethical standards with the notion that these have to be brought by somebody, and, you know, in a sense, maybe they have to be done for the ultimate buyer?
I have a post-it that I write, and I wrote a while ago, and I said, paint a painting as if you'll never sell it, as if you'll never sell another painting again. In other words, I want it, because if I start thinking about that, if I start thinking about who's going to buy it, who's not going to buy it, etc., then what happens is then I start doing this for me, I'm only talking about me. Then I start doing this for the wrong reason. Because to me, and this isn't everybody, to me, the only time I'm doing this right is if I'm authentic, and if I'm honest, and if I'm coming from my heart and my soul. If I don't do that, then there's no point for me to do this. See, the irony of it, of all of that is that when I do that, the paintings are real, and the paintings apparently have been accepted because I do sell.